The U.S. says inside these 10 trucks are items like toothbrushes, wheelchairs, crutches. These are all items that are actually available in Venezuela, but are difficult for many to buy because of hyperinflation. Now, there are about 300 or 400 protesters at the entrance to this area, about a kilometer away, who are pretty rowdy and seem ready to march across the bridge and accompany this humanitarian aid.
Since National Assembly leader Juan Guaido declared himself president of Venezuela on January 23rd, he had been in the capital city of Caracas, freely denouncing what he called the Maduro dictatorship. Guaido had said February 23rd is the date the U.S. government supplied aid would enter Venezuela. In the days leading up, Guaido called for a human wave to accompany the aid. On the morning of the 23rd, Guaido himself appeared on the Colombian side of the Tienditas bridge crossing, urging his supporters to ensure the aid got across.
Very soon, this unity bridge will work to bring all of the Venezuelan people together. The humanitarian aid is definitely on its way to Venezuela in a non-threatening and peaceful way to save lives at this moment in Venezuela.
But after his public statement alongside the presidents of Colombia, Chile, and Paraguay, Guaido was nowhere to be found. Former Venezuelan opposition lawmaker Julio Borges, now Guaido's representative to the Lima Group, made a brief appearance too. I asked him about the involvement of U.S. Special Envoy to Venezuela Elliot Abrams, who in the 1980s used humanitarian aid shipments to deliver weapons to Contras in Nicaragua.
I am not a historian. We're talking about news. I'm talking about my country. I don't care about anything else but Venezuelans, and I want Venezuelans to feel support from Russia. I don't want Russia to support a dictator like Maduro. That's what we want right now, and we're calling for reason. Please support the people. Do not support the dictator.
Hundreds of protesters outside the bridge crossing demanded the elected president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, be overthrown and the humanitarian aid pass through its borders.
Down with Maduro. Down with Maduro. Nobody likes you. Maduro, get out. We're all marching to let the humanitarian aid, and Maduro is not letting it into the country.
This is the closest point we can get to on the Tienditas bridge crossing. Directly behind me are the shipping containers and tanker that are separating Venezuela and Colombia. Colombian police here are under orders to not let anyone through until they receive the order from Colombian President Iván Duque to allow these 10 trucks of so-called humanitarian aid to pass through, at which point they say protesters, hundreds of protesters, may accompany them. It has all the ingredients for a potential clash. Venezuelan authorities and protesters are on the other side. Listen carefully, you can hear the music coming from the other side.
While Tienditas remained calm, the demonstrators rode the aid trucks to other bridge crossings where they clashed with the Venezuelan National Guard, typical of Guarimbas, the deadly riots that plagued Venezuela in 2017 and 2014 and led to hundreds of deaths. One aid truck was set on fire. Numerous politicians and Western media outlets immediately blamed the Venezuelan National Guard, though they presented no evidence.
Libertad! Libertad!
Back at the Tienditas bridge, right-wing European parliamentarian Esteban Pons demanded Maduro let the trucks enter.
There is no need for one class of humanitarian aid or another. Food is food, medicine is medicine, regardless of where they come from and wherever they're needed. They are always welcome. What doesn't make sense is that Colombian aid, or from Chile, or from any other Latin American country will accept Russian aid that comes in little airplanes and in small quantities, when what is needed is a massive humanitarian aid.
But Sergio Munoz, a Presbyterian minister who works with the Colombian government to give spiritual guidance to defecting Venezuelan soldiers, said the aid isn't about human rights or promoting democracy. Instead, he says, it's meant to start a revolt against the Venezuelan government.
This is really a pedagogical humanitarian aid, and what we really want is for the population to rise up. And when the tiny bit of humanitarian aid enters in this pedagogical way, the political death of the usurper president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, happens.
Munoz says more important than the fall of a single figure like Maduro is transitioning Venezuela away from socialism and into the favored economic system of the West.
El problema no es si cae Maduro.
The issue is not if Maduro fails. The real problem comes when the next 2 or 3 presidents take power in Venezuela. Because to change the political system of socialism and implement the capitalist system in Venezuela, it requires a return to imposing taxes and once again demand to pay for public services. And unfortunately, the last generation of Venezuelans are accustomed to the social system of assistance. This means there would be a clash, almost a civil resistance to the new government trying to implement the capitalist system in the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
For now, the shipments of so-called humanitarian aid are still sitting on the 10 trucks behind me at this warehouse. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has declared that the coup has been defeated. But with U.S. Vice President Mike Pence coming to Bogota on Monday, he might have something to say about that. Reporting from the Tienditas Bridge crossing in Colombia, Dan Cohen, RT.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel.
But yeah, pretty much this is what all the U.S. wants, right? This is all what Esau wants, right? Because he purposely did what he did to the Venezuelan country to get where it's at now, right? And that's why he has Guaido in there, and that's why he's trying to have his so-called humanitarian aid get in there so that way they can take control. They already set up a fake president over there. Now all they gotta do now is put that so-called humanitarian aid in and take control, and they're good, you know. But that's just Ephraim, right? He'll do whatever it takes to get what he wants, right? He'll do whatever it takes to get what he wants, right? But really, all this is leading up to the next war, okay? Which is World War III. Because if you mess with Venezuela, you mess with Russia and China, alright? Because Russia and China have relations with Venezuela. They have relations with Maduro. Putin and the president of China, they support Maduro, okay? And they have financial ties within Venezuela, okay? And pretty much I looked up an article pretty much on this topic where China and Russia have ties within Venezuela, okay? China and Russia have deep financial ties in Venezuela. Here's what's at stake. And yeah, exactly like I don't want to show right now. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, pretty much exactly like I want to show up. But pretty much the point is that the U.S. is doing what it's doing in Venezuela, but Venezuela has ties with China and Russia, so you mess with Venezuela, you mess with China and Russia's money, man. You know? And all this is